Wow, this is so cool. Konnichiwa everyone! Today we are in Azabudai Hills, one of Tokyo's newest areas and also the location of the new teamLab Borderless. The teamLab Borderless used to be in Odaiba, but it permanently closed down and just reopened earlier this year. I've been to the one in Odaiba and it was great, so I'm super excited to see all the new attractions in this one and show you guys. Also, at the end of this video, we will be sharing some tips and answering some frequently asked questions about everything you need to know before going to teamLab Borderless. Let's go! My name is Hana and this is Whatchuhanado, teamLab Borderless. Woo!
Whatchuhanado? Whatchuhanado when they come for you?
Okay, so as usual, before we take you inside teamLab Borderless, let me talk to you a little bit about Azabudai Hills and how to get here. The nearest station to teamLab Borderless in Azabudai Hills is Kamiyacho Station on the Hibiya line. You can also go on a 15-minute walk from Roppongi Station if you're already coming from there. So, what is Azabudai Hills anyway? Their concept, according to their website, is a modern urban village, a city within a city, which is why there are a lot of offices, a hotel, an international school, a ton, and I mean a ton of retail shops, restaurants, cafes, and of course, residences. There's a lot to do here if you want to kill time before going into teamLab Borderless. It's actually a really nice area. I loved all the greenery and open spaces. Okay, now on to teamLab Borderless. teamLab Borderless is in basement 1 of Garden Plaza B in Azabudai Hills. You can enter through either Garden Plaza B or C and just follow the signs. It should lead you to the entrance of the museum. When you get your tickets online, you will receive a QR code. Prepare your QR code on your mobile phone before entering the museum. Attendants will check the time you enter, so please don't be late, and then you will be asked to scan your QR code at the turnstiles. After the turnstiles, you will be brought to a room that will play a couple of rules and tips to enjoy the museum.
Wander, explore, and discover. Enjoy this wondrous, continuous, and unified world.
Enter here, proceed slowly. Enjoy your time.
From this area to the point of the actual entrance to the museum, it will be super dark, so do be careful to watch your step. There's a reason why it's super dark though. The shock and awe factor. When you go into that first room, you are suddenly hit by all of the beautiful flowers and butterflies on the walls. It smells amazing in this first room too. I was quite floored, and it was just the beginning. In teamLab Borderless, there is no map and no specific route. You can just take your time to enjoy and stumble upon the different rooms and different art exhibits. A lot of them are interactive too, which is pretty cool. Actually, I'm very bad with directions, but I didn't mind getting lost. Since each area has different projections depending on the time you enter or go through the spaces, you can definitely enjoy while getting lost. Make sure you don't miss any of the exhibits though. Some rooms are a little hard to find. We did go through some of the rooms twice or thrice looking for the other rooms, which we didn't mind at all because the artworks were all stunning. There are 50 independent artworks in teamLab Borderless. 50! They're all really cool, but these rooms and artworks were my favorites. Crystal World. This room was mesmerizing, especially the times it mimicked rain. I wanted to just stay there for a while and absorb everything. And the mirrors all around the room made the space feel endless. Next, Bubble Universe. I think this room is arguably one of the more famous ones in teamLab Borderless. Mirrors on the floors and walls, plus these beautiful orbs, absolutely gorgeous. This next room is super trippy, light sculpture. They have around 18 different artworks or shows made by these moving headlights, and these lights create really crazy images that move along to the music. I wanted to just zone out in this room. This room was quite difficult to find though, so keep that in mind. Aside from my favorites, there is so much more to see. I also loved these rooms and these artworks as well. This one is actually another favorite of mine. I love that you could weave through the artwork. It was so hypnotizing. But yeah, eye candy all the way, all throughout the museum. teamLab Borderless also has some rooms that are more immersive or interactive. They have the Auntie House where you can buy some drinks, either hot or cold, or some ice cream, and then when you get served your item, beautiful art projections will appear. As long as you have tea or ice cream on your glass, you'll be able to see the artwork on it. I had the cold brew yuzu green tea, which was super refreshing. I also loved how delicate the artwork was. It totally matched the vibe of the room. This next one I really loved because I'm a giant kid at heart. This is Future Park. You choose a sea animal to color, decorate it however you like using the oil crayons they provide. I chose the shark, of course, and wanted to color it in a way it would stand out. And then once done, the staff scan it, and it immediately appears on the walls. How cool is that? The shark was mine, and the pufferfish was his. I loved the way all the sea creatures were interacting with each other. It was so much fun looking for our own creations among the fish. And if you really love the way you colored your sea creature, there's a place called the teamLab Sketch Factory just outside of the museum where you can have your design printed onto t-shirts, tote bags, small towels, and pin badges, which I think would make a really lovely souvenir. And they also sell various teamLab Borderless merchandise. Alright, now that I've shown you a lot of the rooms and artworks, it's time for some frequently asked questions. 2 to 3 weeks in advance is great, but since teamLab Borderless has become more and more popular, 1 to 2 months in advance would be ideal. Yes, it's possible that there will be tickets available on the day on site, but tickets are extremely limited, so it's always best to get them in advance. The earliest slot in the morning would be the best. We went around 6 p.m., which is 2 hours before closing, and there weren't too many people, so that would be a good option too. So either the earliest slot or the later slots in the day. Well, you can wear whatever you like. It tends to get a little bit warm because of the projections on the walls and everywhere else. So try not to dress too warm. But if you're there to take pictures and photos, of course, I was wearing black so that I wouldn't stand out. So I kind of look more like a silhouette. But if you want the prints more on your body, I would suggest plain light pastels or just plain white clothes. And also try to refrain from wearing skirts because some rooms have mirrors on the floor. If you want to wear a skirt or a dress, just wear something else underneath to hide all the things. You can stay as long as you like. We stayed around 2.5 hours and we saw all of the rooms, but if you really want to soak it all in and see all 50 independent artworks, I would say 3 to 4 hours would be best. Unfortunately, according to their website, you are not allowed to bring a selfie stick or a tripod because it may disrupt other people. If you are late to your scheduled time, I am so sorry, but your ticket will be canceled. You may ask the attendants if they can still let you in, but please, please, please do respect the museum and do respect time and come within the designated time slot that you chose. This is a very tough question. I haven't been to teamLab Planets, but I do have a lot of friends who have been to both Borderless and Planets, and they say that both are completely different. Yes, they are immersive. Yes, they are art, projections, museums, exhibits. So in a sense, they are the same, but I would say teamLab Planets would be more immersive because you need to get into water and walk barefoot throughout the exhibits. They also have rooms that only they have, like the hanging orchids, which make for such amazing photos. But there is a route to consider in teamLab Planets. In teamLab Borderless, you are free to roam, and it's much bigger, much bigger than teamLab Planets. So I would say if you could go to both, that would be great. But if you had to choose one, consider the pros of each museum and decide which you'd like to experience more. If you can go to both, great. For me as an artist and as a very visual person, yes, it is absolutely 100% worth it. I really enjoyed my time and took my time to just soak everything in. Loved the whole experience. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Also the area around, like Azabudai Hills, cool place. So yeah, that was teamLab Borderless. I highly recommend you go and check it out, especially if you love fun and immersive museums. So good. So good. I hope we were able to answer all of your questions. If I missed anything, please comment down below and I will do my absolute best to answer all of your questions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, click like down below. And if you want to see more content about Japan, you know what to do. So until next time, Jane, and see you in the next video. Woo!